Okay, looks like the stream is stable enough for now. Is that a thing on the Twitters? Dropping a little bit in frame rate, but hey, if I close the Twitters, that'll help. Okay. Got a few things different here. Hey, cute cat. How you doing? Turn on my scene switcher here, and I can jump to my editor. There we go. So, I think the thing I'm going to jump into today, put a little to-do list up in the corner, just to remind me, talk about what I plan to be doing. I won't be streaming for too long. Just kind of want to give it another try as I figure out when and how long I want to stream on a more regular basis. So today I'm going back to Firefox Color, and what I'm going to be trying to do is add some multiple backgrounds to this thing. I started on it last Friday. Help if I installed the add-on. Firefox Color. So Firefox Color is a test pilot experiment that is meant to make it easier for people to make their own theme. And it's live now, but we're continuing on it. And the thing that I'm starting to add is kind of cruddy looking bit of UI right here, which is add your own background image. So right now, you could only add background image from a canned set comes with. Actually, that's the third time this song's repeated. Time to switch. Let's shuffle everything. I don't know what this is, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so Firefox Color. Great themes, you can pick background images, but only one of the ones that we shipped. And that's so that you can share your theme via URL, because the same set of images is available to everybody, and they're just identified by a little ID. So that's a short little thing we could put in a URL. But if you don't want to share your theme, and you would like to add your own background image, we want to be able to allow that. So I started doing this thing where you can add just basically any JPEG or PNG off your computer and put it in the header here. It takes a little. But that's actually one of the things I'm working on too, is it's not really, it doesn't perform very well yet. But just getting it working first, kind of the first chance. Actually, I know why it's not working. It's not working because I broke it last Friday. So, it was working, and then I broke it. Hey, CavSquid. Glad you like the music. That's using a thing called Chip Machine, and I kind of hacked on it a little bit this weekend to get it to work on my stream a little better. It's got, I think it's got access to like 350,000 or so chip tunes and Amiga mods. I figured that's a good way to have some music that doesn't get record companies breathing down my neck. What am I doing next? Okay, so... Actually, where did I leave off last Friday? Of course, a bunch of things on my machine are going slow right now because I'm streaming and my poor little laptop can't handle necessarily doing everything all at once. I'm probably going to kill the music a little bit while I'm working. Come on, you can do it, little guy. What am I doing? Where are we? Oh, that's right, I'm connected to a different host right now, never mind. It's like going back to the 80s. Yeah, well, it's like going back to the 80s and 90s to me, because I listened to chiptunes and Amiga mods back in the 90s when I was in college, so that was like my study music. Let's see. I know I broke a bunch of things last Friday. Maybe if I stash them real quick, I can see the feature working again. Of course, I'm going to typo everything. Alright, yeah, this is where I broke everything. Actually, let me try this real quick. I'm going to stash everything. See if I can unbreak it for a second so I can remember where I was at. That's my build. Oh, what? This is one thing I don't like, is I enabled GPG signing in Git, and it makes me sign my stash commits, which is super annoying, especially when I type on my password. Which, because I'm trying to be a good little nerd, is a passphrase, and it's a long passphrase. So I typo it all the time. There we go, stashed it. So now, should see things trying to build again. Cool. I think the add-on already got built. And I see about that. So when you're building an add-on in Firefox these days, you can use this handy About Debugging tab to temporarily load your add-on and reload it. Everything on my machine is crawling, but hoping... Yeah, okay, that looks like my pre-Friday version of this background image thing. But hopefully it works with a single image, because it was working with a single image last week. And there it goes. So I have it working to upload a single background. And I need to get it to the point where I can select multiple. And so the way this whole thing works is this is a web application based on React and Redux. The Redux store is only aware of a single background image. The web application React is only aware of a single background image, and the add-on is only aware of the background. So what I started doing last week to break everything is just kind of picked a place in the middle, started implementing multiple background images, which means all the other places that don't know about multiple images start breaking. And then I got interrupted and lost my whole train of thought. So I may end up starting over. I don't know. But let me pull the stash out and see. Pop the stash. This is almost too chill. Next. Hey, nothing. Another song. Howdy, grumpy programmer. Doing? Did I break last? Oh, I remember now. I think I was in the middle of destroying the Redux data. No longer work. So I know what I did get working last week is did the rough work add multiple image select. Use that temporary add-on loading to feature a collection. You haven't. I need to play with Kinto more. You have an add-on that you load to verify that stuff? I thought Kinto is a... Well, I don't know what Kinto collections are. I know Kinto is like a server-side key value store. I think we started using it on Test Pilot in... Amazingly enough, building a... okay. Differential downloads. Oh, okay. I feel like Kinto is being used for a lot of different stuff. The last time I really paid attention to Kinto, I think, was back when... Oh, I forget his name now, but we had brought on a guy who was working on remote storage, which I was a big fan of. Dig into my here. Yada yada yada. Theme custom background. So yeah, the thing I did last week. And delete that. My Vim hates me. I had refactored this. Actually, yeah, okay. So the original component was theme custom background picker, and I refactored out the file selector into its own component and then stuck 3 copies of it in there. Give them each an index. Okay, yeah, so I think the thing I need to do now is play around with the Redux store. Pickle. Oh, is that like a personal info in the cloud thing? I seem to remember being a little interested in that too. Look at our store, which I broke. Actually, what I should probably do while I'm screwing around with this store is write a few tests. That way I'm not reloading the browser all the time. Yeah, profile in the cloud. Okay. I forget, I get lost in our acronyms sometimes. Yeah, well, this is NeoVim, which I just started using on Windows. I used to use GVim. NeoVim I started using because supposedly it's the cool new freshness for Vim, but I am pretty sure I'm not taking advantage of any of that new freshness. And it pretty much just imported my 20-year-old VimRC as is. If I can remember how to write tests. That's a bad thing. PyCharm. I've never used PyCharm. Also been a little while since I played around in Python. I have pretty much used GVim as my my hammer. Everything looks like a nail text editor for close to 20 years now. For good or for bad. At one point I think I used Xcode and Eclipse. I don't know if I'd go back to them. Well, I guess I'd have to if I did iOS development more. I'll give my tests a run here. I really need a more powerful laptop. I got this 13-inch thing thinking it'd be nice and portable. It turns out to be nice and portable and way underpowered. Oh, come on, tests. There's only really one test right now, and it's taking forever to run. Well, I remember how to write tests. Let's go. So what I think I'm going to do with these tests for now is just kind of wrap a few things in the store with tests, so I can experiment with and validate my changes to add multiple background images. Just kind of being arbitrary here. I'll probably shift things around before I commit it. Let's just be really big. That seems obvious enough. It'll probably be more complicated than that when I'm through. What are you doing over here, tests? Oh, they finally ran. Like my scene switcher is refusing to switch. That's alright for now. There we go, my test's finished. That took way longer than it should have, though. But I guess I'll deal with it for now. Okay, so I want to load the store. Yeah, let's see, what do I export from the store? A single entry point that I export? No. What do I want from store? that's right, I can't drag things when I'm in edit mode. I guess if I get a more powerful machine, I might even see about, like, I don't know, running an Amiga emulator and stick it in the corner of my stream for eye candy. Just burning CPU like it's grows on trees. Okay. I'd like to export maybe some actions. What we got there? Maybe some selectors. Some reduces. I suppose I could test this in an actual running Redux store. And hey, look, I got a Create App Store. I'm sure linting will hate me for this, because I'm not using them yet. Okay, cool. So what do I want to do first? So, got these actions to set a custom background, clear the custom background. How about the first thing I do? The keyboard I'm using is a Magic Force 84 key? Cable's not long enough to show it necessarily, but you can kind of see it. Got a neat little purple keycap set I got off Amazon. Pretty cheap. It's only like a $5 mechanical keyboard versus, say, the hundreds. Actually, if we're talking about keyboards, I think I put it away in my closet. Someday, I've got a few IBM Model M's, but I might drag one of them out and have extra clicky-clicky. Got a blog post from a couple years ago where I talked about threw a teensy board in it and converted it to USB so it actually works without an external adapter. And it's one of the reasons I'm glad I have a home office where I mostly work alone all day, because that's very, very loud. Also, I should probably, I don't know, work on the noise gating of my mic, if I can pick up the keyboard, but maybe that's a lost cause. And or also a feature, not a bug. So we do this. I forget how I do things, so I constantly have to look back at other code to remember what I did just. Sure, I use a Create App Store. Yeah, let's do it. I'm not going to use all that middle. No. Go. Audio action. Probably have cattails going back and forth all afternoon. Yeah, that's more of a feature than a bug. Oh, we did that. Which I probably didn't need to copy and paste. I'm totally stumbling through. I forget what is in here. Running my super long. Do it again. More live. Oh, that's right. Okay. Derp. Not in this directory. Well, this is lively. For some reason it's not switching over to my shell. Well, weird, I have to go to my desktop first to get... Oh, I know what it's doing. Never mind. I'm gonna do this. In doubt, switch to the desk. There we go. Okay. I'm starting to remember what happens here. Store get state. This is the very serious expert work of forgetting how the hell I do things. So what is Firefox Color? I should probably put a note on this on the screen. So the fun thing about Firefox Color, it is a test pilot experiment, and test pilot is my day job. Test pilot is a program at Mozilla for kind of filling out and trying new experimental features in Firefox. And the one that I've been working on for about the last 6 months is Firefox Color. And my computer's super slow. I'm going to stop bitching. And what Firefox Color lets you do is edit the theme in your browser. I probably can't demo it right now because I broke the code. But we'll see what yeah, I'm pretty sure I broke it. But come on, change the theme. Yeah, it's not gonna work. I broke it, but what it lets you do is you can pick these little... Oh, there it goes, it's changed it. And so you can click through these little color chips and you get a little color selector and you can customize a few different properties of your theme. Currently the experiment only has like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different properties. We're going to add some more properties over time. That's going to complexify the UI a bit. Another cool thing, you can share the theme via URL. And so my current to-dos are to make it easier to set background images. Am I using the stream? So I'm using OBS right now. And that's going through a little Nginx server on my network storage server here that kind of forks the stream to Twitch and YouTube. Which of course I'm not paying attention to YouTube at all right now, even though there's a chat room. Once it's written in, so far it's all JavaScript, no Rust yet. It consists of the website, which is a Redux and React web app. The add-on is all JavaScript. And the add-on talks to the, like, listens for messages from the website to tell the browser what theme to change to. What about trying to stream? Yeah, I'm kind of lucky because I think I have a pretty solid, I don't know what my upstream is, like 10 megabit or something. It's not amazing, but it's enough to get this stream out. I've actually got, I think, gigabit internet available in the neighborhood, but I haven't looked into it too far yet. But yeah, I think my bit stream right now is at least 2 megabit. I had it at 2.5, but it was not good enough. You guys gonna come to fisticuffs in the chat there? I'm fighting words. 5 up might be enough. As long as like nothing else in the house is happening. Like I've got it set right now at I think it's 1080p at 30 frames a second, and it's going at a little under 2 megabit. So break. Oh, there it goes. Well, I grew up in near rural Michigan, which is not Ontario, but it's pretty geographically close. So. Oh, hello from Montreal. All right. I used to live in, or I grew up in Algonac, which is like half-hour drive south of Port Huron. I think I grew up on BBC broadcasts as much as I did on American television. All I know is if I mention Tales from the Riverbank and Hammy Hamster to the Americans, nobody knows what I'm talking about. Yes, but that's another story. Man, chill out, Nightbot. I don't have to tell that thing to chill out. I welcome spamming caps on this channel. That's alright. I'm doing pretty well at distracting myself anyways. Someday I'll actually figure out how to get something done while also doing... I got a few things. Alright, so the tests ran. Mostly they're not tests so much as me exploring code to remember what the hell I was doing last. But they do take a while to run when I'm running all this crap. Now, so I created a store in the test. Oh, selectors. Okay. I got a single background image in there and I want to turn it into an array. When I last did this, I broke everything. Try. So actually this test is bunk. The state. Do we do? Okay, how about that? Yeah, what is that, SKCD cartoon, guys sword fighting, and they're like, it's alright, it's compiling. Yeah, why don't we do that? I know, one of the things that complicates this, I've got this thing wrapped in like to-do undo logic. Store weird. Do stuff. About 5 years ago, I lived in Livonia, Michigan, and I probably, if it was a hobby store, I don't remember. I'd probably been to a hobby store that sold magic in that area. Yeah, we used to own a house in Livonia. Hobby. Sounds familiar. Oh, I see where I do that. Okay, okay. Now there are cats fighting on my... Guys. Hey. Huh. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to that hobby store, but I'm pretty sure it was only about like 2 miles from where my house used to. No, I do. My phone. Try. I like this song a lot. Let's shuffle back. Maybe that'll take up a little. Yeah, I'm just trying to turn this into this and trying to rack my brain on exactly where to attack it first. Yeah, Nightbot's really got to chill out. Wonder if I can get that in the thing. Not. The nice thing about those music players, it's got kind of a web search engine built in, so it can find a lot of surprising things. How about we allow link? We allow caps. So I found the control panels. So I think we allow all caps. Huh, what's from? It sounds like Commodore 64. Yeah, it's a pretty cool little music player. It's I found it, actually I think Mike Kelly pointed me at it. I found the source for it. It actually pulls mods and chiptunes right from the web and indexes them from I think like a dozen or so different sites. Always forgetting what things do. Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm kind of getting lost in the weeds here, but I need to make this thing update backgrounds with background. What if I do dispatch actions all custom background, custom background, call it so no, that's not what I want to do. I want to do just for the sake of argument, let's get 3. Yeah, so I want to do something like, I'm sure this is the wrong way to do it because I think the Redux store does it asynchronously. And that's not a real data URL, but we don't care about that right now. Pretty sure the first time I try this, everything's just gonna break. Do that. Come on, I'm not. I don't actually know what song this is. Some of these come from games, some of these come from music compilation discs. We don't need a variable for that right now, and let's see. And there, whoa, that's that's a big explosion. I didn't expect that. There's a syntax error somewhere in there. Expected. Mama, why did you expect to come? What did I break? Oh, there's a missing parentheses at each of these. Try that again. It sounds like it's from like a Genesis. Huh. Page through a few more songs. Of course it broke. Thing yet. I convert from, oh, I know what this is. Okay, so trying to do a thing here in action where in the index and the URL, and I stick that URL at the index. How about we do that? I'm trying to do this streaming thing so I can get into more habits of talking about what I'm doing when I work, because I'm notoriously bad at just being heads down, telling anybody what I'm doing ever. So I figured this might be a way to force myself to at least say what I'm doing, even if no one's watching. I've talked to the cats before and they don't really seem to understand anything about reactive redux. They just fight on my desk. Okay, so the tests did not explode this. I don't think they did what I want them to do either. I know what I want to do. I'll get a little more specific about what I spew out. The cats understand, they just don't care. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's correct. You just kind of smile and nod and wait for treats. Yeah, I mean, they just kind of lay around in the sun all day, and I'm the one actually working to earn the paycheck for their kibble. They don't even catch mice these days. Aha, okay, so there we go, that's a little closer to what I want, I think. Okay, how about this? Really just want to look at what I'm stumbling towards now. Just kind of isolating the little bit of the Redux code that I want to unbreak, and eventually I'll write some real tests to assert it's doing what I'd like it to do. That's the other thing I could do. I'm also kind of experimenting with this thing in the corner to kind of give some indication of what I'm doing. There's a little list of to-dos, and maybe I can put a little asterisk by what I'm currently working on. Also kind of trying to figure out what other doodads I can throw on the screen. Interesting, because sometimes just watching me watch the tests not run is mega boring. Alright, I've been pretty close to an hour at this, so pretty soon I think I may end up closing off the stream to get ready to make dinner for the household. But I got a little bit longer left. That's the other thing I don't know how to do yet, is how to effectively say see ya to a theoretical audience I can't see. Alright, so there's something happening here. I've got a list of custom backgrounds showing up in the state, but 2 of them are null. So what am I doing? Let's do this. That's not typos. I'm going to get the current value, which is going to be state images custom backgrounds, or by default it's going to be an empty list. I guess this is what I'm already doing. So what I want to do is get a copy of that list rather than mutating the original. Need some parens there, I don't know. Maybe it is because it's async. So what I'm trying to do is I get the list, I copy the list, change one index, then set that to be the next. Oh, you're welcome, Kat. Hope you glad you enjoyed it. I'm not used to entertaining folks, so hopefully it was entertaining. What happens after each of these? But yeah, anytime you want to come back and nerd out about retro tunes, Canada, general North American wackiness, I fully welcome that. Battle. Huh. Press everything again. Yeah, Color's got some interesting steps ahead. I'm really curious to see where we end up going with it when we add in like the full flexibility of the API. I think we're up to something like over 30 properties you can customize, and right now we only support 8 in Color, so we've got a big UX chance. It's repetitive. Alright, what did I break? That's the background. Oh, derp. Yeah, I think this stuff is all going to be really cool. And I'm not sure exactly how we move forward with Color yet, but it'll be cool to have, like, I think the main thing people have really liked about Color so far is just how interactive it is, and you get a quick feedback loop, so you don't have to, like... I didn't play around with the Persona stuff quite as much, but that's one of the things we've gotten a lot of positive feedback on, is people can just kind of fiddle around with it, change colors. Like, I remember when we first launched it, it reminded me of playing with like character generators and role-playing games and stuff. Like I could spend an hour putting together a character in their clothing color scheme before actually playing the game. I don't know if that's the greatest thing to admit, but I like to play dress up with my role-playing characters. What did I break now? Oh no, I didn't break it, it's still running. There it goes. Yeah, and export and saving. I've got an outreach intern this this quarter, and her name is Shruti, and she's been working her way through doing some shenanigans with exporting, so we'll see where she ends up to. Great to see you, Kev. Enjoy your call. Hope it's at least somewhat fun. Half the people I know are on the phone half the time. This thing... don't run them again. File watching is so unreliable on this. It looks like it's replacing the array every time. How about we do this? Oops, so many typos. I've got a hunch that I'm not doing this right. I'm pretty sure it's a simple mistake, like I'm not catching the store's next date after doing a dispatch. Got the brain fog right now. Let's see, Redux store dispatch. Do some stupid Googling. The problem with this music player, and I'm hoping I'd fix it at some point, is some songs don't actually report a length. So if I don't watch it, the song will just run forever. Oh hey, I remember this song. I did think a cover of this song is at Amiga Mod when I was in college. Alright, here's change return value will be considered the next step. Okay, well then we do this. I knew it was something like this. It's been a while since I kind of rummaged around in the plumbing of this app. I've mostly been doing front-end component work and kind of way back-end server-side publishing work. It might help if you could see what I'm looking at, just to kind of share in my serious professional stumbling and googling. At some point I'm going to end up on Stack Overflow and my entire mystique will be ruined. Okay. Let's see what happens with this. Running tests again. I know that you dispatch an action to change the state. You get change listeners are notified. Yeah, I wasn't sure if dispatch was asynchronous or not. If it's asynchronous, then of course I can't just do 3 dispatches in a row and expect things to work. Cannot read property of present of undefined. Then maybe that's not my problem. Then. Let's undo everything I just did. You know, since I'm getting fuzzy on what this actually does, I'm gonna do one more stupid thing. I don't know if this tells me what to do. That's... The custom background was empty every time. Yeah, so that's bunk. Where are we at? All the way at the bottom. But then I add a thing there. I did a stupid thing. Because I didn't like my stupid thing. Sorry, my super technical thought process right now is very hard to narrate. Music player might be frozen. What is going on? There we go. How about we go to the next song? Oh, I see. So it's not... Oh, I know why my stupid thing isn't showing up, because I'm projecting at the wrong spot. Stupid thing. See, I just wanted to see maybe that these things aren't running all at the same time. Don't know why custom background is empty. Dune. Like, wait, this song sounds really familiar. It would also be great if these tests took so long to run. That's a real train of thought killer there, is staring at the screen, waiting for it to run. We got hello, computer. I know part of why this is slow is because on another screen I am also building the website, which I don't need to do right now if I'm playing with tests. So you get to quit. Please quit. Some CPU. Go back to my test. Tests which ran. Well, what I don't understand is why every time... Oh, no. This is what I don't get. Coming into my reducer, there is an array. It does have one element in it, and then somehow on the way out of the array, it does not. Because I'm destroying that. Okay, well... Sure, I'm doing something stupid with the triple dot. X. Oh! It's the S. What happens when I make half a change to rename something? Try that. There we go. That's making a whole lot more sense now. So my my reducer is actually doing the thing I want. And not stupid things and break it. Okay, so stupid. Gonna prettify this and do all the bad formatting I just did. Where was I? There I am. Here I am. Okay. This just looks ugly, but I guess it's one way to do it. Alright, so this works. Maybe... Let's do that. Let's turn this into a bona fide test. Let me do this too. Let's make a selector. We already have a selector, but try this. I'm sure this will be useful later. So I'm just creating a quick little function here that will grab the custom backgrounds from the Redux state. And try to reuse wherever I can. That's gonna break. I should probably test that too. Alright, so what we can do here, I'm gonna do that. We'll say, our selector is theme custom back. I really need to do that. Actually, what I want to do, if it's not present at all, return an empty list. Say, what are my backgrounds? This is messy, but we'll work through it. So initially, what is the choice? So I want to see Make sure this is a list and it has a length of 1. Yada yada, expect guide. Wait, I just saw it. Yeah, there we go, expect to have length of, okay. And I think that asserts both that it's a thing that has a length, like an array. You can say dispatch. A length of 1. The thing I'm going to do here too is to say, this. I'm going to do this too. In fact, you know what, let's let's actually use that. More of the code, I go back and forth. So expected. Yeah, let's do this. Make it even simpler. No. So I'm just kind of trying to think how to clean this up and repeat and dry things up, so I repeat myself as few times as possible. There's a temptation to do this too much, kind of a form of premature optimization. How about we do that? And I can say length of 1, expect backgrounds 0 to equal 0, 0. How about that? So now this is the pattern we're going to repeat. I'll do that 3 times just to be sure. Copy pasta out. You can be lazy and do a search and replace on our copy. Length of 2, or even length of 3. Let's see if this actually passes the. This could live up here. Go magic test. I'm gonna switch to some Amiga mods while I'm doing sidewind. I broke things. Okay. The command for pose or shuffles controls. Okay. Let's just shuffle up sideways. A pretty good one. There's just some Amiga mods here. Like I said earlier in the stream, this is totally what used to be study music for me in college. One, two, find. One, two. URL. URL 1 is not defined. What are you on about? URL 1 is right here. I missed. Is that a 1? How did I do that? Okay. Running my slow test. Oh, look, the test passed. Awesome. Where am I still doing? Okay, there's that. So, roundabout way, I think I've upgraded the Redux store to understand multiple background images. settable by index. Kind of stumbled into that, but I think it works. What else do I need to do to the Redux store to make this work? Let me try this. This is actually an official thing. This should probably be split into several tests, but I'm just going to leave it in right now. Let's do this. Expect selectors theme has custom backgrounds. Store get state to be false. And after do our first dispatch, we should also expect this to be true. Now the thing I don't have, the thing I don't have in here is what if I clear them? Oh yeah, okay. I do have I have a thing for that, clear custom backgrounds. I need to change that. So I've got an action that's not custom backgrounds. Now what about clear custom backgrounds? I haven't made this plural yet, just for the sake of not breaking everything everywhere, but maybe I should just go ahead and do. So down here, this may break, but store dispatch actions, theme, clear custom background. And that doesn't take any payload. After I clear the custom background, we should be back to has custom backgrounds to be false. We don't want you there. There we go. Let's look at the tests again. Promising I'm breaking fewer things. The tests. And as I say that, the test fails. But at least it's not a syntax error. So, 14 backgrounds. Okay, so I think I know it's selectors. Yeah, I'm just doing whether it's there. To this is getting funky. That. How about that? I don't like that. That feels. But we'll probably fix our test. Oh, it did fix our test. And where am I still doing a console log? I'm gonna get rid of that. There it is. Okay, let's get rid of that. But you know what, actually? If I'm gonna do multiple tests, I should do... What did I just do? I should make a new store before every test with... before each. There we go. So that way we get a fresh store at the start of every test here. And in fact, this should go up here. And I think before each, in a nested describe runs before each test. This is all super mundane, but I'm just trying to add an array in my Redux state. But I think I've just about got it. All right. Okay. What next? I can set them, I can clear them. I could probably clean this up by breaking this test apart. Probably don't need the third case. I know what I want to do. Here's a better. Expect backgrounds to deep equal this list of the known backgrounds that I just added. How about that? That should be a good. And then how about that? Is that going to pass our test suite? And it does, so that's cool. Okay, so I can set backgrounds and I can clear background. I've also updated the selectors so that I can get the list of backgrounds and I can get whether there are any. Okay. So now I think I can go back to my UI. It would help if I had UI tests, but I don't. Started working on a few of them, but didn't get very. Oh, but you know, the other thing I should do while I'm here. No reason why this should be called custom backgrounds. And of course, as I do this, I'm going to forget something somewhere and break everything everywhere. Let's do this. No, you know what? I do still want that together, but let's do that. It's gonna suck that it's all or nothing now. Maybe I should also have a clear. Gonna clear by index. I can clear all or one. I'll get back to that. Custom backgrounds. Custom background. Let's try not to sneeze into the mic. Custom background, custom background, custom backgrounds, background, custom backgrounds, custom backgrounds. Here, custom backgrounds. Okay. So, back to our UI. You know what? Why don't I do this as like a... Doesn't really need to be a separate... Well, interesting as a separate subcomponent because it has its own state. I think I'm going to leave it that way. I've also been streaming for an hour and a half, so I think I'm about running out of time. I'm thinking about picking this up again, maybe on Wednesday, and then maybe again on Friday. And trying to aim at 3 p.m. Eastern. Maybe we can try that again. Heck, if I have time tomorrow, maybe I'll pick it up again. Hey, each of these has an index. Okay. Yes, custom background. Did I change that to the custom background in the selector? Theme has custom backgrounds. So that's gonna break. I gotta go. So the thing that is not super wonderful about the way I have this built right now is I explicitly pass things up and down through the component hierarchy. When I could probably be using React contexts. Because a lot of these things are very common. Like for instance, I think this particular variable theme custom backgrounds has to go through 3 nested components. Okay, those are the 2 spots where it is. And so now I need to load up Builder, rename the thing there. Theme has custom background. It's gonna break. See, this is what happens when I rename things. I break everything everywhere. I guess a good IDE would take care of this for me, but I'm not using a good IDE. I'm just NeoVim. But I like NeoVim for other reasons. Okay, I unbroke that. The other thing I should do now, stop my tests, go back to building. Now I've been running my tests in an Ubuntu shell, and I've been building the site in Windows PowerShell. Kind of a split personality. I should probably just run the tests in the PowerShell. I use the PowerShell because I have been finding lately that file I/O under Windows Subsystem for Linux in the Ubuntu shell is a little slow. It's a little slow on Windows. So it's great for running a lot of things, but when I run a Webpack build, it wants to access a lot of files and access them fast. And it just drags down the whole build process. So that's cruddy. Seems a little faster in PowerShell. I could be wrong. Nice thing is, since it's Node, it works in both contexts. Alright, you're building, you're slow. What else we got? Okay. This is where I need to rename it too. Each of these wants it. You know what? What if I did this? This can dry things up a bit. Also helps if I don't typo everything. A little bit of the 90s Amiga rave scene, such as it was. Let's try that. I really like my code dry, so there's less to play with later. This is really a weird song. Mostly about noise. Okay, so that dries things up a little bit. No, I mean, I guess I could... I hate doing this, but it's all local. That way I don't have to construct this extra variable. And in fact, probably don't even need this, do I? No, let's just do that for now. That makes this render a lot easier. A lot less to think about later. Running, compiling, very slow compiling. Run my tests, please. Or a dog barking outside. I don't know if it's coming over on the mic. Come on, you can do it, little guy. Okay, you built. I'll check the actual browser in a while. I wonder if my site is entirely broken. Doesn't look like it. How about I do this? Oh, I broke that there. This is going to break. Know what this is? In other projects I've done, they do the props pass along quite often, which makes it really easy to just kind of send along all the props from a parent component, but makes it hard to keep track of what you are actually passing. Look at the camera, I guess I got a lot of sunlight coming in from outside right now. And my paleness is just overwhelming the sensor on the camera. Probably gonna burn out soon. What are we doing? Probably about to look at a broken build. Really, spaces. What are you talking about? Oh, that's right. I haven't actually linted this test yet. Don't use any reducers here, we just dispatch actions. URL2 is actually not used. Trailing space is not allowed. You know, that is my least favorite lint rule. The rule about trailing spaces. I don't quite understand why it's a rule. And there's a... sure there's a show invisible setting in Vim to where I can see those trailing spaces, but man, just lay off my trailing spaces. There. Stop being so judgy of my code, linter. I mean, what linters are for, I guess. Here we go. Make-log is not being used, I guess. Oh, should make linting happier. Okay. Get out of here. What am I doing? Okay, I'm going back to my UI. This is almost kind of creepy, this song is. Let's jump on it. Next, please. What in tarnation is this? Okay, I was looking for... looking for the selector that I just wrote, and apparently have already forgotten about. What am I doing? Yeah, you know, I am getting very tempted to just pass this props through everything everywhere so I can stop going up and down the tree. Every time. I have to thread this through. when I want to add a new selector or a new prop, go all the way to the root of the React component tree, and then carefully thread it all the way up through the nested components. I think this is going to drive me batty. Okay, so I know that that's coming in through there. Okay, go to the app component. I give it to the theme builder component. The theme builder component now has it, so it can pass it along to all of its child components. Well, you can do it. Hit that. Let bigger. Computer's struggling. And now the theme builder has it, so the theme builder can pass it to let's prettify that. We've got a few people watching me. I don't know how long you folks have all been along, but thanks for checking me out. I think I am getting close to the end of my session today. Hopefully I'll have something. I might try a longer stream next time. Well, this time I was actually only trying for an hour. I'm closing in on 2 hours, so that's a pretty good session. Seems like things have pretty stayed. I haven't actually set my computer on fire. I know what I wanted to add. I wanted to add, as part of theme background picker, going on here. Okay. I wanted each of these, for the sake of debugging, how you doing? That's about how we do this. I give each of these an image index, so they should understand the index. I guess the other thing I'll figure out through streaming like this is if I'm actually interesting to watch, because every time I stream I record and I'm going to watch each of these afterwards. See how terrible I was. Here we go, another long test run. I'm due for a laptop refresh next spring, so I'm going to go for a larger, more powerful one instead of a tiny 13-inch laptop that has no CPU. We have next on the queue here. Shake it up again. Try. Get some galleries. Now what I want. I want to hear that version of Arkanoid with the drums. Come on, give me something else from him. No. Good too, but no, I don't want that. This is pretty good. How about we do this? There we go, let's do that. This one's pretty good. Ah, that's where my error is, I think. There we go. Again, big box, no errors. Like we built, which is cool. Then the web page will reload. Hey, what do you know? And actually, better reflect what I'm really doing. I'm gonna flop around my to-dos real quick. I'm actually doing it in the web UI first after store. Hey, what did I break? Are you just being slow? There we go. Okay. Actually, what I'd like to do now, I think my store might actually be understanding the Redux dev tool. What we should be able to do, a slow computer catches up. I'm going to want to set a background, and it should show up in the Redux store, the data action. So, are we all loaded? Are we done? Are we still okay? Pick a background image. I pick a background image. That custom ooh, that's ugly output. I'm gonna hide that. So it worked. It's just ugly. It worked. Okay. Yeah, see, one of the things I have to do, so when you pick an image, it gets read off your disk, and it gets converted to a data URL, which contains all the image data, and then that will eventually get sent up to the add-on, and the add-on will actually place it in the browser. Let's try try this. Blip, 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 blip. Try this. I'm just doing this as like some debugging output to show me whether or not it's visible. Yeah, let's do that. Yep. Come on, Bill, let's go. And it's funny, this weekend I was playing around with the source code for this chiptune player and complaining about how long it takes for C++ code to compile. I think I really need to shut my mouth about that. Apparently rebuilding a website takes just as long on a really stressed computer. Nope. Okay, so you're done loading. Let's pick a background image. Pick this one. Loads. It's doing its grinding work in the background, and finally I get to see, yep, and that's a 619K image. Cool. And I can see that that happened there. Let's pick the last one. We're going to pick this image, and it does the thing in the background. This will be one of the next things I need to look at, is the performance of this stuff. And I'm not even sending it to the add-on yet. Well, actually, I am sending it to the add-on. The add-on just paying attention to it. It's up there and cool. So you can see over here in the Redux debugger. I did not want to look at that raw. Yeah, whatever. So you can see I sent a background. I picked the background image for index 0. I picked the background image for index 2. I picked the background image for index. So a web UI and Redux now apparently understand multiple background images. I think the way I have it set right now, though, is if I hit clear, it's going to clear all three. Yep, clears all three, which is actually fine for now. How about, though, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. Let's look at the add-on now, because I think that's the next thing. I don't have a spot for the background images in the web UI yet, so that's going to be a future expansion area. Those are these directories that I've spelunked it to. Extension. So the add-on is really pretty simple. The important part down here at apply theme. You know what else is important? It's going to be normalize theme. So I've got a function here that takes in data that claims to be a theme and normalizes it to what in fact a valid theme, even if some parts of it are empty. So I can kind of feed it bad garbage and convert it to garbage. So, looks like I'm already doing the right thing. So, what if I did this? I renamed it to custom backgrounds. Didn't rename it to custom backgrounds. Oh, hello, music player. What are you doing now? Next song, please. Backgrounds. Custom backgrounds. Custom backgrounds. I may have broken things. I'm 8 minutes shy or so of 2 hours, so I think in about 8 minutes I'm going to call this stream to a close. Seems like a good cutoff point. How's my build going? Still building. When this builds, I can load the extension again in Firefox and then try adding the custom images to it. Which actually, if I'm being generous to myself here, I can say I have finished 2 of my to-dos during the stream. Which hopefully, see my little box in the corner changed. Look at that. Alright, how's the build? The build has built. Go back to Firefox. Let's reload that extension. Okay. So far so good. It might help if I opened up a browser console. I could see some errors. What am I doing? Over here. Open up a browser console. You can do it, little buddy. One of the things I do in Firefox Color is spew out a lot of console messages. Starting to get kind of hectic. that. Let's close the Redux console. Browser back. And close this. Okay, let's pick an image. I had UI tests for this. I could automate this testing. But I don't, so I don't. Hello. Haha! Image worked. Wait. Unhandled promise reject. I don't know what that is, and I'm going to ignore it for now. Oh, I do know what that is. That's it's trying to stuff the image into the URL encoding, and that does not work. But I have not yet disabled it, so no. Let's try another image. They should stack. I don't know in what order they stack. Here's the next image, and it... Original backgrounds tiling. Oh! I see. So... there's things I need to do in the add-on yet. I'll make a note of that. Because one of the things that I need to do in this is, along with the images, you can set tiling and alignment for each of your images. So like if I pick one like a smiley face, I could have it tile all over the back of the browser. Or I could have it stick to one of the corners. What time is it? About 4 minutes left. I'll try one more thing before I say farewell. What do we got down here? Additional backgrounds. What is it asking for? It's asking for... I know what this is too. This is I can find it on MDN. Well, that's loading. What do we got? Mission, update, get current. You need to find... I was just looking at the other day too. I keep losing track of the actual JSON schema, theme API data. Here we go. Tell me about additional background. Yeah, there we go. Additional backgrounds. Also, we have additional backgrounds alignment. And we have additional backgrounds tiling. So, you know what I'm gonna do for this for right now? I'm just gonna fill them in with dummy values until I have the UI to fill them in. So what we're gonna say is... this is really messy code on purpose because... come on! Images additional... because at some point I'm gonna replace this with stuff actually pulled from the web UI. What are the values I can put there? Let's say left top and no repeat. How about that? The obvious syntax errors. Not for now. Let's watch our terribly slow build. Commas are not optional. There are other ways I could do this. I don't care. I'm going to clean up the code later. Music player is kind of like a little busy box for me. I can fiddle with it whenever the build is taking too long. I'm going to listen to now. Some Amiga music. Amiga classic mods. In whose opinion, I wonder? That's pretty cool. Let's just leave that. Looks like it's building. Looks like the missus is coming home from work, so that's going to be my cue. Sell dinner for us. I'm going to hang out just long enough to see if and when this build finishes. A little over 2 hours. Tests passed. Now how about that build? Did it already build? Nope, nope, here it goes. This is unhelpful. Alright, you know what? I'm going to reconvene tomorrow. Or possibly Wednesday. Where I'm at with this. Thanks for watching, everybody. And catch you next time I turn this thing on.